Hello everyone, Tommy Wave here with a top 5 video for you today. We're going to be talking about the top 5 cards that you're going to miss once Rise of Shadows hits us, once we get that first rotation. Now of course this is an opinion based thing, it's my opinion. I'm sure you have an opinion and I do want to hear about it. So if you think that I'm wrong, or if you think that I'm right, or if you think that I missed something, let me know below. Now the first card that I want to talk about is just an honorable mention, and it is Radiant Elemental. I think Radiant Elemental has been a really fun card since it's been introduced since Ungoro. It's been interesting to see how Priest functions with a Sorcerer's Apprentice type effect, and I think we saw that it was quite good. It pairs extremely well with Lyra, creates all kinds of different combo situations, and I think I just wanted to give a shout out to the little elemental that could. Extremely well statted as well. Alright, the fifth card that I have on this top 5 list is Carnivorous Cube. Personal favorite of mine. I think that if we didn't see any nerfs to Cube Warlock very early on, then Cube would probably end up on the top 5 cards that you won't miss once Rise of Shadows comes out. But Cube right now, it is an enabler for a lot of decks. It's actually a pretty reasonable value play as well. Creates all kinds of interesting situations with cards like Play Dead and the other Death Rattle themed cards, and has even appeared in some really interesting combo decks. I love that this card enabled so many interesting and cool decks, as well as just being a pretty fair card. That's why it comes in at number 5. Now, number 4 on this list is the Big Daddy himself. It is the Lich King, one of my favorite cards, favorite voice lines. I think the Lich King is a really interesting card to look at, as if it had existed in a different timeline, it probably would have had some very Dr. Boom level notoriety, very ubiquitous. It comes down on a good term, very well statted, can really take over the game if your opponent lets it. And you know, if you looked at this card in the context of, you know, classic and things like that, it's clearly way above the power level. However, it did come out in a set that included all of the Death Knights, which really gave every class something extremely powerful to do in the late game. Unfortunately, we do have to bid the Lich King farewell with one final Warriors of the Frozen Wastes Rise. In at number 3, we have the Fungal Man himself. It is the Fungal Mancer. It is possibly one of the best neutral aggressive cards that we've seen in a long time. And its power level is really shown by the fact that it beat out cards like Doomguard and Cobalt Scalebane, these other awesome 5-drops for some really competitive slots in aggressive decks. An absolute menace in Zoo decks, tremendous with the odd Paladin hero power. It is unfortunate that Fungal Mancer might not see too much wild play, and it may be kind of lost to the annals of history. Now, in the number 2 slot, I have cheated here, and I've actually included 2 cards. I think the reason that I've included them is because by both existing, they really stopped the other one from being the ideal choice for exactly what they do. I'm clearly talking about Tar Creeper and Stonehill Defender. Both 3-drop taunts, very much help you stabilize on the board. But while Tar Creeper ends up being one of the best statted defensive minions that we've seen in quite a long time, you know, I'd even put it on the level of cards like Sludge Belcher as far as how effective they are at what they do. Stonehill Defender leans a different way. Whilst you aren't going to brick wall as many aggressive decks with a Stonehill Defender, you can also use Stonehill Defender to fill up your curve. You know, if you do hit like Ascension Shieldmaster or something like that, all of a sudden you're really putting the brakes on your opponent's aggressive strategy. I don't think this is the last time we'll see either of these cards, and I'm certainly looking forward to discovering a Sunkeeper Tarim in a wild game near you. Now the number 1 card on this list is certainly not an explosive late game threat or an amazing aggressive card. It's actually just a card that really helps fill a lot of gaps in a lot of decks, and that is the Wholesome Firefly. Firefly was a fantastic choice for aggressive decks looking to get some granularity in their draws. Really helped out when you did have such a condensed curve in the early game. Firefly is fantastic for these controlling decks that just wanted to have a little bit of early game in there to make sure they don't die too quickly to said aggro decks. They can use these small resources to just kind of trade efficiently. Obviously fantastic with the elemental package, and really fantastic with rogue, with a lot of combo decks, particularly in odd rogue. Firefly was possibly one of the sleeper cards that made that deck most effective, as it seemed that they always had a flame elemental around to trigger that Vilespine Slayer. And that is it. That's been our top 5. If you think I missed something, or you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel, and thanks for watching.